Today we will go over a little bit about our second class, which is about pitches. Pitches are essentially short speeches that people use in order to sell an item or an idea or a plan. So, one of the most popular forms of pitches out there is what is known as the elevator pitch. Why do they call it an elevator pitch? An elevator pitch is meant to sell yourself as a potential job candidate or just a person at a party. And the introduction is so short that you can speak it in the amount of time it takes for an elevator to go up 3 or 4 floors. In other words, if you ran into somebody in an elevator and you had to sell them on yourself or on an idea, an elevator pitch is about 45 seconds to 1 minute, and that's all the time that you would need. So, an elevator pitch is often a kind of personal statement. How do you tell others about the job that you do? How do you tell others about yourself, your beliefs, your values? How do you persuade others to like you and to bring you into a job interview or to their organization? Or how can you convince others to adopt your ideas? Elevator pitches are all about persuasion. One podcast that I love to listen to is called The Art of Charm. It's a kind of self development podcast in which the hosts like to talk about qualities and techniques that can improve our interpersonal relationships. And in one of their episodes, they talked about improving their elevator pitches. And they point out three key ingredients to making a very effective and compelling elevator pitch. The first one is credentials. Credentials. What qualifies you to do what you do? What education or what experience do you have that makes you a good candidate for whatever job or activity or membership that you are proposing? Second is affinity. Affinity is a word that means association. So, what do you associate yourself with? This comes back to core values. What do you believe in? What brings meaning to you when you think about your work or when you think about your life and your philosophy? What do you feel affinity for? What brings you meaning? What brings you purpose? And finally, value. When you're making an elevator pitch, you're trying to persuade somebody or sell somebody on an idea, whether that idea is yourself or it's a project idea or it's a plan. And the biggest key, value. What can you or what can your idea bring to the team? How can you help others? One reason I love the Art of Charm podcast is because one of their core philosophies, one of the core tenets of what they preach is that we are at our happiest and our most productive and effective when we can bring value to other people. When we can improve other people's lives, other people will gravitate to us and we will become magnetic. Let's look at a brief example of an elevator pitch.
Hello, my name is Andrea Fitzer. I am studying marketing at the University of Texas at Dallas. I am a member of the American Marketing Association and Alpha Kappa Psi, both of which are dedicated to shaping future business leaders. I hope to incorporate my business knowledge into consumer trend analysis and strengthening relationships among consumers as well as other companies. I am savvy, social, and principled, and have exquisite interpersonal communication skills. I know that I can be an asset in any company and or situation, and I hope that you will consider me for an internship or job opportunity. Thank you so much.
Another really cool pitch framework that I really enjoy is by this man right here. His name is Brant Pinvidich, and it's an acronym, WHAC, WHAC. This framework is typically more relevant to selling a product or selling an idea or a plan. As I said, WHAC is an acronym starting with W. What do you offer? What exactly is it that you want to do? What is your product? What is the essence of your plan? Next comes H. How does it work? This is more about the logistics, the steps that we'll take to put your plan into action. How does the plan work? What is the process? How does your product or idea actually work? It's a kind of almost like instructions. Next comes A. Are you sure? This is where you give reasons or evidence or sometimes stories, something that will convince whoever you're trying to sell something to that your product or that your idea is legit. What have you done to prove that your product will work very, very well? How do you convince people that your idea is worth listening to and worth implementing? And finally, we have C. Can you do it? This is more on the practical side. How can I make this happen? So you've told me about this great idea. Okay, I understand how it works, and your evidence is very convincing. Now, how can we go from here to make this a reality? Is it realistic? Can we accomplish this? And if so, how can we accomplish this? And what do you need from me? So WHAC, this forms a very simple but effective method to forming a pitch if you want to convince somebody of a new idea that you have or you want to sell a particular product. Now, let's look at a brief example.
My name is Josh Light, and I'm the CEO of CupAd, and we believe that we have the most effective form of advertising available in the market today. Our advertisements are exposed to customers for 2,220 seconds on average. Now, what kind of advertising has that kind of exposure time? Ladies and gentlemen, we advertise on coffee cups. That's right, we put your brand in their hand. So how does coffee cup advertising work? Well, we got an advertiser. They pay us money. We produce paper coffee cups with their advertisement or brand on it. Then we give these coffee cups to coffee stands for free. Now, why does someone want to advertise on a coffee cup? Because it takes an individual 37 minutes to drink a cup of coffee on average. That person's going to have to look at the cup, drink, look at the cup, drink 20 times before it's fully consumed. And that person's going to move around like a mobile billboard, exposing that brand to at least 6 different individuals before that cup is drank. What's in it for CupAd? We make 13 cents of profit on every single cup that we distribute. And what's in it for the coffee stands? Well, when most people think about coffee stands, they think about Starbucks. But what about the 25,000 coffee stands in this nation that have plain white cups like this? They don't have the economies to scale to put their own brand on the cup. So we give them free cups. They save $15,000 a year by not buying cups. They like these savings so much, ladies and gentlemen, that approximately 80% of the stands that we've contacted have signed exclusivity agreements to distribute our cups. And what kind of momentum have we started for this company? The last month alone, we got 58 coffee stands in California to sign exclusivity agreements with us to distribute our cups. If we continue to get 58 coffee stands every single month, for the next 12 months, we will have 700 coffee stands at the end of the year. With 700 coffee stands, we can move 8 million cups a month. And at 13-cent profit, 8 million cups a month, we're making over $1 million of profit every single month. And we've already started this, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, our first customer, Overstock.com, will see their cups hit the California market in 21 days. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, so we have a homework assignment before our next class, class 3, in which I want you to listen to 2 sample elevator pitches in the attached folder. One of them is Andrea Fitzer. You have already heard her elevator pitch before. And the other one is me. I want you to listen to these elevator pitches, and I want you to record and send me an elevator pitch of your own. It should be about 1 minute long, and it should be an elevator pitch about yourself as an educator. Please record a voice memo and send that to me over Cacao Talk. And I look forward to listening to them. And I look forward to seeing you in class. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're having a good week. If you're not having a good week, I hope it gets better. And until next time, cheers.